hey there, Tall Man Clan. Welcome to the show. I am Robert, a.k.a. the Tall Man. This is my lovely wife, Lisa, and we are coming to you live from the new... We're coming to you live from Tall Man Mobile. But wait a minute. What would a live show be without Balcony Cam? Right? We want you to feel like we're at home. Coming to you live from cabin 2322 on the new Carnival Venezia. Welcome to the show. We got a big show for you guys tonight. We are going to talk about some more cabins. We're going to show them to you. The ever elusive Aft Balcony cabins that all of you have been wanting to see. We've got a few of them. And an interesting kind of configuration of a different inside cabin. So I have that as well. Plus, I'm sure you want to know what it's like to get off the ship. Well, probably you don't, but we're going to talk about that tonight too. So we welcome you all to the show. I know it felt weird not streaming with you guys last night. We're like, oh, but well, we're back on terra firma, and today we just spent the day picking up the mess, and well, you know, it's back to reality. Tomorrow it's off to the accountant, and you know, all the fun stuff we all do for a living, right?
Yeah.
Air coverage, looking forward to your Carnival Venezia cruise next year. Love it.
Yes.
Denise, love it, love it, love it. Karen, thanks. Good evening. You've been watching for 2 weeks. Straight up, can't miss a live, right?
Love it. Thank you.
Were y'all having withdrawals last night?
We were.
Even though we were tired, it was like, man, don't we have something we can do? Well, anyway, without further ado, let's get to some cabins, guys. We're going to do Balcony Cam. I just love that. Balcony Cam still. Okay. This is just a different sort of looking inside cabin. It's elongated. It's strange. It's wide instead of narrow. So over there, obviously you see your bed. There's a refrigerator in that cabinet there. I don't know how the heck you're going to open that door to get to it, but anyway. And if you want to use that desk, you're going to have to sit at the edge of the bed. Nightstands. There's the other desk with a stool behind the comforter.
Laundry.
The door to come in is to the left there. You can't see it. It's to my left. But here's your bathroom. Okay. Looks just like the rest. This is the rest of the bathroom. It's all the same features. Mm-hmm. Right? Shower with some shampoo body wash in there. A nice changing area, right? Plenty of room in there. I love the pedestal vanity. Nice lighted mirror. Love that gold trim lighted mirror. Really do.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yep. And this only has 2 closets. There we go. Got the 2 fingers going there. Right. And so a little less storage in there than the balconies that have 3.
The interiors.
The interiors. Oh, the other interiors only had 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's
okay.
Yep. So.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that refrigerator underneath there, it's like you have to move the beds to get in the refrigerator. So anyway. Again, welcome everybody to the show.
Yes, welcome.
So let's take a look at one of the aft balconies, shall we? I've been muted the entire time.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, so let's back it up just a second. Oh, my gosh. Muted.
Oh, no.
This is what happens. I'm back to terra firma, and I can't think. Okay? So as you come in, you got your 3 cabinets to your left, closets. One of them will have a safe and some drawers in it. The other will have a shelf, and the other's a long hanging. I wish they were like the closets that they came up with for the celebration for the Mardi Gras class, the XL class.
I do like those because you
great.
can configure them however you need to.
Sofa converts to a bed, little coffee table there, nice desk area, plenty of power. There are 3 shelves there to your left. You just can't see them all. Your refrigerator, all that stuff is there. You're well slept in bed. Made sure I tested it out for you. It was pretty good. Nice backdrop behind the bed. TV. Wow, with all that wall space, you'd think they would have put a bigger TV there. I don't know. It's just me. Whatever. They probably got a deal on tiny TVs. And then the balcony. Woohoo! All right, so this one's pretty deep. As you can see, there's some loungers there. I was still able to open the door with the loungers there. And then I think there's a chair over there to the left, too. Yep, a couple of chairs. Yep, so decent-sized balcony. All right, so let's go take a look at the bathroom. This bathroom's going to look like every other bathroom and every other balcony and inside cabin. Exactly the same setup. Got your stand-up shower here. You're a stand-up guy. Stand-up shower, removable shower wand. Your body wash and shampoo. There's a shelf in there. Pedestal type vanity, gold trim, lighted mirror. Right, lots of grab bars, lots of towels. Those are all the towel animals. They just kept on piling up.
They didn't take them. They left them there. So we had 15 days
of
worth
towel
of towel animals, and we had them lined up on the back of the sofa, and they were stacked 2 and 3 high. It was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I know the sound went out. I'm a moron. I've told you that multiple times. I know you think I'm lying to you, but duh.
Do we need to talk about that interior rom?
No, I had fixed that.
Okay.
I had fixed that one.
So, okay, I wasn't sure that the... Yay!
It actually, you can hear the water rushing by, but I have to have that muted because you wouldn't hear me. You wouldn't hear us, right? So, I have to have that muted. So, anyway. All right, so I have one more aft cabin. This one is 7509. 7509. Mostly, this is exactly like the other one, except for the balcony, which this is why I chose to show it to you. These people left their towel animals. I don't know where the other 10 went. That cabin steward must have been collecting them. Ours left all 15 days, like Lisa was saying. Right, your desk, power, refrigerator, 3 closets, 3 shelves, binoculars in this cabin. A nice set of binoculars. Yeah, that's right, dog. Mad cow.
I love it.
That's it. Get a t-shirt. Mad cow.
Yep, gotta do it.
Mad cow. Yep, TV, bed. Remember, the beds can be separated or together, whichever you prefer. Okay. And then this balcony. So this one is, as you can see, a lot skinnier than the other one. It's not as wide. You only have room for 1 lounger and 2 chairs. Right? So not quite as big as the other balcony. And to be honest, as far as any of the suites go, with the exception of that premium Vista suite that we showed you, I thought all of the balconies were tiny for all the suites. Right? I'm like, man, if I'm paying that kind of bread, I would expect at least a bigger balcony. And of course, the light's off, so turn the light on. And again, just like the other 2 cabins, right? You got your shower. It's all the same. Toilet at an angle, skinny toilet paper. Let's make sure that we give them a skinny toilet paper roll. Heaven forbids they wipe their butts with normal size TP. I don't know. Let's skimp on something else. First it's bacon, now it's toilet paper. What's next? You're getting half-strength coffee? I don't know. Anyway. So, there you go. So we'll stay in this position because we know you really do like the balcony cam, and I'm sure you can see us enough. All right. So there you go. There are your 3 more cabins. So we have now gotten you 13 cabins. 13. Right? Yeah. I think that's even more than John has gotten.
I don't know. I really haven't watched. I don't know.
So if you haven't found it here, you may not find it. Anyway, so I know we're off the ship, but I'll say the same thing that I say on every live. If you're new, thank you so much for becoming part of the Tall Man Clan. We appreciate you stopping by and spending some time with us. Do us a big honor. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notifications bell so you know when the videos come up. They're going to be obviously less... or they're going to be more sporadic than they've been. Obviously, we're back to reality and back to work, so we won't be streaming every day, but we'll try to come to you at least once a week and touch base with you. We have plenty of content to share with you from over the 50 days, okay? But if there's a question that you want to know about the Venezia, we have torn that ship up from front to back, top to bottom. If if we can't figure it out, we got people who can. We've made friends. But leave a question down in the chat, or I think the chat's over there. In the chat while we're live. If you're watching the rebroadcast, just leave it in the comments. Okay? So let's talk about disembarking, right? That horrible D word. They should somehow get that into a 4-letter word, because it's just a 4-letter word as far as I'm concerned. Horrible 4-letter word.
Yeah.
Normal carnival procedure, right? Those who want to carry their stuff off on their own get to go first. Those who are putting your bags out at night, you're going to get called to go out and, order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, blah, 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 blah. Okay? Out of cabins by 8:30. Again, seems to be fairly normal.
Yeah.
Okay? What is not normal is the port in New York. Wow. I don't... we living in Florida, we've got Jacksonville, Port Canaveral, Fort Lauderdale, Miami, Tampa, right? And I'm sure most of the rest of the ports are very similar. There's parking garages. There's space. We're talking about New York. There's no space. So it was a slow process. More lines, and then, of course, there's always a line. But these were a lot longer. There were 16 customs lines with only 6 of them working. And so everybody was backed up quite a bit. The area where the luggage is very congested. I mean, it was hard to pull your luggage out and get around people. It was very congested. So on disembark day, don't pack your patience. Make sure they stay with you in your pocket. Okay, you're gonna need some patience. Don't pack it. Okay, it's a little tough. The porters, they didn't seem to be as numerous as other ports we've been at. And at first, to be honest, I didn't even realize they were porters, because they don't have like the little carts. They got gigantic cages, but they're porters. Okay. So we just decided to grab our bags ourselves. We each had 2. We had 4 pieces of luggage. Went and got in the line for customs, which, as I mentioned, out of 16 lines, only 6 were open. And so it was very backed up. And then, of course, occasionally a porter would bring somebody to the front and cut in front of you. And there's just some inconsistencies there. Okay. No, Karen, normally I ask answer the questions after, but I saw it just pop up. They've talked about putting in facial recognition, but when you guys go, 14, 13 days from now, whatever your count was, please let me know if they have it. They did not. It's New York. I'm holding no weight that they're installed quickly. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. I don't know. Call me the cynic, I guess. But I'll believe it when I see it kind of thing when it comes to stuff like that, because there's so much bureaucracy involved. Nothing happens quickly. Now they're supposed to be installed. I think John Hield said not by the end of this little 4-day, but by the end of the first 7-day. So like another 11 days from now, they should be installed. If that's the case, I'm going to make a general assumption that will smooth that process down a little bit, so it'll go a little bit quicker.
I would think so.
Yeah.
The
other issue is after that. So when you get through customs, you have your luggage, it's not too long of a walk, but boom, you're I think on 12th Street. I mean, like New York Main Street. There's no buffer. It's the building and the traffic. There's no taxis there. I mean, everything. You've got to cross 12th Street to get to the other side where businesses are.
To find a taxi. Yeah.
I mean, there's several of them hanging out, a few of them hanging out, not a lot, but there were cops there moving traffic. It was like, uh-oh, now what? Because, normally you pull into a port and there's like 300 taxis there and the buses are coming and going and semis are coming and going. man, the building's like this tiny, and you, wow, I can't imagine.
It was a little strange.
Yeah, I can't imagine when there's 1,200 more passengers and y'all. I don't know. It was a little messy.
I mean, I didn't especially look for parking there, but I don't think there's parking, and so if everybody's coming out looking for taxis,
or some kind of transport.
I didn't see buses.
I'll be honest, I didn't see one taxi. we ended up with a
Uber.
No, it wasn't Uber.
It wasn't Uber, but it was
like a black sedan.
Yeah, and I was a little afraid, to be honest, when you said he just grabbed the bag and just started walking.
he came up and asked me.
Did he?
Yeah,
okay,
you
I
just
was behind you. I didn't hear that.
There was a guy that came up and asked.
And there were no markings on the sedan.
It was a private. Suburban. It was like a black sedan.
Yeah,
like a limo. Not a limo, but it wasn't a taxi. But that's okay. There was no Uber pickup area. There was no taxi area. Yeah. There was an area for a bus for like the excursions. Like if you look on right now on your excursions, let's say you're flying out, you can do an excursion and the bus will take you to the airport. Mm-hmm. Those buses were somewhere, I don't know where, but there were no taxis. And there was a dividing. If you're going to a bus, you go the left. If you're left. If you're going out to get a taxi or an Uber or whatever, you got to go straight.
Yeah.
So did you get no? We didn't get to enjoy New York. Right to the airport, right back to Central Florida. So, it's a little messy. So, as Lisa was saying, I don't know where parking would be if you're driving in. I don't know.
And the ushering, it was just like, and there's people everywhere. So we didn't have time to really look around and see if we could see any other buses or parking or anything.
It was a little weird.
Right into the street and across the road, yeah.
Yeah. So that was Disembarking. The Carnival half was
smooth, I thought.
Fairly smooth, right?
Yeah.
It's always the terminal operations that slow the process sometimes. I've been on a couple Carnival ships where Carnival was slowing things down, but from the last few that we've done, it's been very smooth from the ship side of things. It's once off that gangway and into that terminal building,
going through customs.
It's a mess, with the except of Virgin.
Yeah, Virgin was
when we were
unbelievably fast.
In Athens.
Yeah,
5 minutes from cabin to curb.
Yeah.
It was unreal. We're like, holy crap! What just happened? Yeah, so not that here. I think we were in that custom lines also about 40 minutes.
Yeah.
30 to 40 minutes. It was a long one.
It was. Inch up, 2 people and stop. Inch up 2 people and stop.
Yeah. Plus, again, with all the interruptions, we happen to be in the one row where the people came and kept on sticking other people in.
Yeah.
It's a little frustrating, Mike. I mean, I guess if they're got a flight or something, I don't know, but whatever. So there you go. There's sort of your disembark. A little painful, but of course for us it was sad. It was the end of our 50 days.
Yes.
So anyway, let's see if you guys had any questions.
Yes. Let's get to
it.
it.
By the way, welcome home after 50 days. I know, right?
Thank you.
Nice surprise, Jackie. Yes. Popcorn. We told you we were going to eat some popcorn.
Yes, popcorn.
I had to narrate everything, so I didn't get to eat any popcorn. So I'm going to eat. Lisa will talk.
Oh, I will. I can't even read the comments. Let's see. We have, is that a smiley face from Dawn?
Yeah.
Good evening. Hi, Arthur.
I'm watching you all. Thank you, Karen.
Thank you, Karen.
Great coverage. Looking forward to your Carnival next year. Yep. Liz, you get all kinds of time to watch.
Yeah, we somebody else said something.
Robert, wow, you're home already? That was quick. Well, I mean, we got on a plane yesterday. Planes are usually pretty fast.
Yeah.
Usually.
Oh, that was a scary plane ride, by the way.
Oh, yeah, it was bad.
Takeoff? Oh, my goodness.
Woo!
Takeoff. The wings were literally bobbing. It was scary. Frightening.
That was one of my least favorite flights ever.
Yes, it was very frightening. Don, yes.
We missed you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. We missed
hey,
you
cruise
guys
and flight
too.
attendant.
Hi there. This is
the Aft Balcony, Dawn. Is that what you have?
Is it? Nice. Yeah, that's nice. I'm not sure if it's the interior one or the Aft Balcony, but considering everybody's been asking for the Aft Balcony, I think that's probably it.
Anna, I think Nope, that was a balcony that had the beds down. She's staying in an inside upper lower situation.
Okay.
I'm not sure we got that. There was one room that we went to that had
an
the
upper
bunks.
Lower, but I don't remember if it was an interior.
Yeah. If you go back to our Carnival celebration video, we have an inside quad, which has 2 uppers and 2 lowers. It'll be the same on the ship. I mean, there might be small variants, but there's only so many ways you can do an inside quad.
Yeah,
okay?
It'll at least give you an idea.
Just go back to the channel, look through the videos. It was not a stream. Well, it was a stream originally, but on the other channel. So we loaded it up on this channel. So scroll back.
Kelly says no sound.
We fixed that.
We did fix that. Anna says no sound.
Mad Cow.
Okay, Mad Cow.
Ditto.
Okay.
Sound went out. Yep. Hey, sis. And a Q. 29 days. Mad Cow. 29 days. A lot of 29-dayers here.
Yeah, you guys are going to be all on the same cruise. That's awesome.
Thank you so much for the information. You're welcome, Margaret.
Yeah, absolutely. Our pleasure.
Question. Which dining room is more beautiful? Marco Polo, gondola. Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Hands down.
It's the Canal Grand.
The Marco Polo is nice. It's one floor. The decor is very muted. It's got a couple of nice little statues in there, sculptures.
It does. The sculptures are nice. I like those.
Sorry, we got butter. Lisa makes the best popcorn. It's better than movie theater popcorn. I swear.
You.
She's got the recipe. Ancient Chinese secret. Yeah, but I don't know, the Canal Grand. It's got that little fake canal in the middle with the gondola and
the grand staircase.
Yeah.
And it's got the flower boxes. If you're looking at the balcony with the lights in it, it is really very pretty. Yeah,
but unless you're sitting in one of those areas, if you're back in the
it.
corner, it doesn't matter. You could be in the Marco Polo. It wouldn't matter.
Exactly.
Do that facial? Yeah, we've already talked about that. And in fact, I think John Heald addressed it, like maybe even today. That it's going to be here in a week. I don't know. We'll see.
Again, that's a customs thing. That's not a carnival thing.
Second sailing. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Yeah. How long did it take you to disembark? Ooh, total time. Probably about 50 minutes-ish. By the time we walked down the gangway, got into the building, fought our way to get our bags, drug them into the line for customs, did customs, walked out the building, waited to be able to cross busy 12th Street. Maybe about 50 minutes-ish. I didn't time it, and because we were carrying our bags, I couldn't video it either because I was like a Sherpa. It's crazy. But about 50 minutes.
That sounds about right.
No Uber pickup area. Again, the only thing we heard the guys barking, taxis and Ubers this way, taxis and Ubers this way, which is right on our literally 12th Street. Like, taxi! And that's what it felt like. And so when this guy grabbed me, and it was a private car, it was a little probably pricey, but we had to go to Newark, New Jersey, so it wasn't exactly close. It was like a 30-minute drive with traffic, maybe a little bit more, 35, 40 minutes. So I'm like, you know what, whatever, let's go. At least we were comfortable on the way there. It was the end of the 50 days. At least we could treat ourselves to that. You guys get to enjoy New York and all. Prince, I've been in New York multiple times. I haven't been with Lisa. I've been there to perform. I've been there to perform, and I've been there to perform. Been there multiple times. I spend little time, unfortunately. We will make a trip of it one day to go there and hang out for a week.
Yeah, we're
because there's so much to do
it.
With the shows and all these different things that we can do there.
And honestly, it's been probably 30 years since I've been there and spent any time there. Yeah. So it's been a while.
When I'm on the road playing, it's you arrive in the airport. Usually somebody picks you up and vehicle and drives you to the hotel. Then you're in the arena, and then you're back to the hotel, sleep, and then you're back to the airport the next day. It's a wham bam, thank you, ma'am. You don't get to see anything. Yeah. Okay, I have been all over this globe and seen nothing from that aspect of my life. Okay, Yeah, we're taking the Carnival shuttle to the airport. Phil, that is a good deal right there, brother. That is a good deal.
Yes. Yeah.
The problem is I just don't think they have enough spots, right? Really, I can look it up, but I really... the boat was parked right next to the aircraft carrier. Again, forgive me if I'm wrong. Is that JFK? Is that the aircraft carrier that's parked there? With also the Concorde next to it and the sub? Let me know in the comments. I think it's JFK. Anyway, this was right next to it. It was right there. So if you know New York and know that area, that's where you're getting off. There's just no room. Was there a mold problem, and were a lot of people sick? Cruising flight attendant. So it's not like they give us daily updates of the sick count on the ship. So we're at this point, for that information, having to rely on talking to other people around the ship. Even if we were to ask Mark or Mike or Blinky or whoever, they're not going to tell you because they want you to, everything's fine. There's no plague going on here. Unless it was a horrible thing. Well, I didn't hear of a mold problem. I didn't hear of people being sick.
And we talked to a lot of people, and I didn't hear that from anybody.
I mean, there was the man and or woman who had to be helivaced off the ship, which turned out to have to be a boat because
the helicopter
was so foggy. I mean, the helicopter was like hovering right next to the ship. You couldn't see it. Yeah, it was bad that night.
Bad fog.
Anyway, so they brought a boat in and took them off on boat. There was a husband and wife who quarantined themselves, who had COVID, self-tested, right? She wasn't feeling good, feeling off, recognized the symptoms, got a test kit, tested positive, put herself in the room. But here's something else that I mentioned. So these days, because of the type of protocols that they've put into place for illnesses and things, there's areas of the ship that they would sort of cordon off as sort of a sick wing, like you can't go here. There was none of that either.
None of it.
There was no stay away from this side. It just, everything was wide open. So I don't know if it's a horrible rumor or we just didn't talk to any of the right people. But I didn't notice any mold anywhere.
No, not a bit.
And again, we were climbing around in through, if you watch, you've been streaming, we're not afraid to open a door we probably shouldn't open. There were a few people coughing, right? But a few people cough on every cruise. There were no signs of anything to me.
No, I didn't notice anything at all. No mold. I didn't notice anybody that, I would have said, oh my goodness, they're sick, I'm staying away. Nobody.
I was probably the closest one.
Yeah.
On the bus. I got bus sick.
Yeah, he did. He got motion sickness. He started breaking out in sweat everywhere.
It was brutal.
Yeah.
Everybody in the bus thought I had the plague.
They did.
I was just the vertigo kicking in, making my life miserable.
Like that, he can't.
Sweat pouring down my face. Yeah, I mean, it was rough.
It was. You literally see beads of sweat on his head.
White as a ghost.
Yep.
Prince, we flew United.
Yeah.
Yep. United. Interior sideways, right?
Okay.
Which airport? Well, we flew out of Newark. It's not that far, but it's the least congested of the three airports. Plus, the transatlantic that we did going to Europe left from Bayonne. So it was easier for us to go to Newark because Bayonne's the port is right across from the airport. Right across from the airport as the crow flies. As a car drives, that's a 20-minute drive, 25-minute drive. Where did you collect your luggage tags for disembarkation? Crusher, they came to the cabin. In true Carnival fashion. Your final sea day, usually early in the day, your cabin steward delivers, the horrible letter. It's time for you to get off. Here's your luggage tags. Stick them on your bags and get out! Oh, and leave me a tip while you're at it, please. Well, am I wrong?
Well, it's, a nice little thank you business card.
Yeah. With a little heart, with a little, put the money here. Yeah, your last sea day, they just come to your cabin. We had 4, so unless you have more than 4 bags, they're going to deliver everything you need right to the cabin. If you need more, then you would go down to the customer service desk and they can give you more.
Yeah.
Okay. Bus pickup is 10:30 for us after disembarking. What time did you get out of the terminal? So we had a clear room by 8:30. At 8:45, our number was called. 8:45, we were number 5. So they called all of the self-assist, right? Those who are carrying their own luggage off. Those all went first. And they did it by muster stations. So there was a bunch of those they did first. Then they called numbers 1, 2, and 3 at the same time. They went off. Then 4 and 5, they actually called those 2 together. We were 5 and we were off. I don't know how many numbers it went up to. I'm fairly certain I've seen a number at least 50. We've been at least a 15 before. So I don't know how much higher it goes.
But you can always go down to guest services, customer services, if you need to get off for a plane flight. Just let them know when you need to be off the ship, and they will give you an appropriate luggage tag so you can get off the ship by the time you need to.
I remember seeing John Heel do a live Facebook. He said it was 9:30 and there was 500 people left on the ship. So that's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
On this particular trip, there were a lot of people who carried their luggage off on their own.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. A lot of people who left their luggage out. So to get everybody out up to about 500 before, maybe it was 10. I don't know. It was still pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay? So we got out pretty quick.
Yeah, I thought it was very, very quick on Carnival's part.
Yep. The Canal Grand is the anytime dining.
Yes.
Which is why it's the 2 floors, because it's what more people want to do than traditional seating. Mm-hmm. So it's the bigger of the 2 restaurants. I think numbers 300 and 400 or 400 and 500 are downstairs. 600 and 700
7 is upstairs.
That sounds right. It'll literally tell you on your app, because we were dined on both floors.
Yes.
So when it says your table's ready and it gives you your table number, it'll give you the deck.
Yeah.
So you know which deck to go to.
Yeah, deck 3 aft or deck 4 aft.
Did we eat at the buffet? We ate at the buffet for breakfast all but 2 days. We had the sea day brunch twice. Mm-hmm. And we ate, because of having to stream with you guys, our last night. It's okay. Not a complaint. We didn't get to eat in the dining room that night, so we ate at the buffet for dinner the last night. Mm-hmm. So we ate at the buffet for dinner the last night. We had the 3 specialty restaurants we ate at, and the rest of the time was the main dining room. Okay. Mm-hmm. Thanks for all your information. You're welcome, Wanda.
Very welcome.
Good to see you both again. Thanks, Linda.
Thank you.
Which ship are we going on next?
Ooh.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Yes. Should we make them wait?
Yes. Actually, I don't know, to be honest with you. We plan on doing the Jubilee. It's Maiden Voyage. We plan on doing the brand new celebrity ship. Mm-hmm. Lord knows, I can't remember its name yet.
Beyond, no, it's not
no.
Beyond.
Just hang on, it's down here somewhere. The Ascent.
Oh, Ascent. Okay.
I know we want to get on another Virgin this year out of Florida to see what it's like as a normal ship, meaning not Maiden Voyage. Maiden Voyages are a little different. If you haven't caught us talking about that, it's loaded with a different set of people than their normal cruises are. So it's a little bit hard to gauge. Lots of people, what you think of the Virgin? What you think of the Virgin? It's like, food was great. Service was up and down. Ship was weird. Very risque, which doesn't bother us. But we put that out there because, like, we've got friends who'll be like, yeah, no, I'm not going.
Yeah, totally.
That's good. Not for you.
Totally.
It's all good. And what we have learned, it's going to be 50-50. You're either absolutely going to love it and cruise with no one else, or you're going to absolutely hate it and never talk about them again, except to badmouth them. But it was really hard to gauge all of it 100% from Maiden. So I want to go back on the ship. So we put a little money down while we're on there to do something by the end of the year.
Yeah, I have a feeling that the crowd that was on there for the Maiden Voyage was very subdued.
Yeah,
I am expecting a pretty
ruckus.
Yes, ruckus crowd. That's
not like Carnival ruckus, right? Not like the videos pop up, man fighting man in a wheelchair. I mean, not that kind of ruckus.
Just partiers.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to, like you said, go on a normal itinerary and see how that goes.
But once we have the itineraries and the dates, we'll let you know. Come along with us if you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
Join us.
Yeah.
You can hang out with us.
That's right.
we hung out with we met two couples. We'd never met them before. They didn't even know who we were, so it wasn't. They've been watching us. They were from Minnesota. We met them at the hotel in Barcelona. Like we had just got dumped out of the taxi.
New Orleans.
Oh, who was Minnesota then? Who's the Minnesota dude? Okay, there's got to be somebody else. Sorry, Louisiana. I'm so sorry, John and Claude. Louisiana.
Dina and
Cliff
Cliff.
and Tina.
Yeah, sorry.
Don't write us hate letters. Louisiana. Yeah, who was up in Minnesota? Somebody. Anyway, doesn't matter. But we just out of the taxi, luggage in there, and then there was these two couples, and I heard them talking. Chris was like, "Oh, you're going? Yeah, we're going to go. Oh, okay. So are we? Oh, excellent." And they're like, "What are you doing now?" I said, "I don't know. We just got here. Well, we're going to just hop on up." Oh, really? Can we, tackle up? Sure. So all of a sudden, we're out and about and on the hop-on, hop-off bus in Barcelona.
Yeah, had a lot of fun.
Of course, we left them. Took a taxi back.
I think Claudia's a little salty about that still.
Yeah, I think so. Well, we had been up. We had a really early flight, and we were in Athens. We had stayed there for a week, and we had spent like all night recording videos on the top of the roof of the apartment we had rented because of the backdrop. If you've seen any of those Athens, you know what I'm talking about. And so we literally maybe had an hour and 20-minute sleep or whatever. So to the airport, on the plane, Barcelona, off the plane, dropped the luggage, and now we're on this hop-on, hop-off bus. And man, it just all of a sudden, bam, I hit the wall.
He was just like...
done.
Head down, he was out. I'm
not going to make it. Even to the hop-on bus, there's two circuits. There's a southern and a northern. So we'd already done the southern, and we were on the northern, and it was going to be like 2.5 hours before we could. I'm done. We're getting a taxi. I hate to bail anyway. So they know, who I'm talking about. Yeah. Well, at least John and Claude, because the other two, they got no cell service where they live, so
yeah. They're
not watching. All right, we sail on the 19th. Really appreciate the great information and advice you provided. Absolutely. I'm a New Yorker born and raised. Sail Venezia in August. Excellent, Prince.
Nice.
Intrepid. Thank you. Golly. God, I thought it was JFK. Thank you, Wanda. The Intrepid. I was asking the aircraft carrier, the Intrepid. Someone hasn't done... Which one would you recommend? Okay, if someone hasn't done any of the Carnival specialty restaurants, which one would you recommend we try on the Venezia? That's a tough answer. The first words out of my mouth are always going to be Fahrenheit 555. Lisa and I are meat and potatoes kind of people, and they generally make good steaks. And I say generally, mine wasn't so good this past trip, but it's a great experience. That being said, there is a specialty restaurant that is only on the Carnival Venezia, and that's Il Viaggio. And so you got to go do that one.
You almost have to.
Because you can't get that on any other ship except the Venezia. Mm-hmm. So if you're only going to do one, it really should be Il Viaggio. Okay? But if it was any other ship, Fahrenheit 555.
Or Teppanyaki.
Oh, God, it's so hard.
Yeah.
Teppanyaki is good, too.
Yeah.
the teppanyaki was different here.
It is definitely
Everything was different on the ship.
It is definitely different. Usually, if you're doing
36 minutes.
Usually, if you're doing the teppanyaki, they have 3 tables, and
that was on the Celebration. I don't know if they do that on every ship.
Well, one of the other that's true. It could be different on
some of the when we were on the Celebration, the teppanyaki has 3 tables, and all chefs, everybody at all 3 tables sits at the same time. The meal is all prepared for everybody at the same time. And all 3 chefs are sort of working in tandem with one another. When they're singing their songs, they're all singing them together. It's really neat to have the whole restaurant. I mean, it's 3 tables, but there's like 30 people or 36 people. It really is
a lot of fun.
It was like, whoa, this was really neat.
Yeah.
We hadn't had that on any of the other Carnival ships. That's why I said maybe that's a unique thing.
It could be.
And we've had it a couple times now. So when we got on this one, there's 4 tables, and there were 2 tables already somewhere in the midst of their dining experience when we got sat down. We're like, oh, it's not all in, all out. It's like a regular restaurant. They're just circling people through.
Yeah.
So, Il Viaggio.
Fahrenheit 555.
And then teppanyaki. That would be our order.
Our choices, okay? Yes.
It's probably a horrible rumor.
Yeah.
There's a lot of... Yeah.
I'm going with that.
And that's why when you ask me something where I have to go back to what I have heard, man, cruise ship rumors are brutal, man.
Yeah.
Because it's wildfire. Somebody has a cough, and before you know it, there's 400 people quarantined in their room. I mean, we saw nothing.
No.
In fact, you guys saw nothing because we walked every single passenger deck. You didn't see a quarantine sign anywhere, did you?
Nowhere.
Okay? So... Look, you're going to be on a tin can with 5,000 people. Somebody's going to be sick. It's inevitable, but it's just normal life.
Yeah.
It's it's not the princess all over again, right? Whatever the regal print, whatever. It's not the pandemic. It's okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Jen, there are 2 or 3 floors at the pier. Bottom floor is where you disembark. There is a floor that is for transportation like buses. Top floor is where parking garage is at the port next to the boat.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Jen. Yeah,
thank you.
We weren't on a bus. In fact, our taxi guy, or whatever he was asking, were we upstairs or downstairs? I'm like, well, we're downstairs. We carried our luggage, so they pushed us all off down the escalator or elevators. We had no bags because we checked them in, so down the escalator. So I guess the buses were upstairs. But what's funny is I didn't see them up there.
Mm-mm.
I swear they pushed everybody downstairs, Jen, which is strange. I'm not saying that that's you're probably 1,000,000% right. It's just I swear they pushed everybody downstairs. Maybe that's because they had to go through customs first, and then the buses were back upstairs.
And then they probably had to go back up again. That makes more sense to me because, like you said, the customs was downstairs.
But everybody got pushed downstairs, and I didn't notice the 3rd floor. Only 2.
Yeah.
Which again, I mean. We're pushed out, down, gone.
And it literally was just like I don't want to call it a stampede because people weren't running or pushing or anything, but it was kind of, you were being herded for sure.
There is parking for the cruise terminal, but anyone brave enough to drive there, good luck. Prince, yes, there's an ATM on the ship.
Yes.
So if you run out of cash and you want to pull it out,
it's done by customer services.
Yep. We have always found it easy to put a credit card in file. If you're worried about them having your credit card, do a prepaid Visa. Like get a Visa card, put $500 on it or something like that or whatever, and give them that card. Then they don't have your normal bank card. Okay. Obviously, some people like to deal in cash, but anyway, there is an ATM.
Yes.
You always carry your own luggage. Anna, God, I wish we could.
Yeah.
I don't know. Of course, we were gone for 50 days, so we had 4...
We had a lot of luggage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, different evening gowns. And the strange thing is, we didn't end up wearing a lot of the formal stuff because, well, we did on the first trip because of the wedding.
Yes.
And we dressed up with them. We dressed twice. On this ship, I wore the tux one night, and the other formal night, I just wore nice stuff in a tie, not the tux. What did we do the other 2 Do we like?
I don't think we dressed up at all on the other two. We just
on the Royal
pants.
and the Virgin. Yeah, we didn't
dress up.
Formalize ourselves.
Yeah.
Elegantize ourselves. Whatever. We just cash. What's their philosophy? Virgin is don't come as you were, come as you are.
Yeah.
Right.
In other words, when you come out of the shower, we don't want to see that.
Yeah.
But, whatever you put on.
Yeah, or after the pool.
Yeah.
Shower, change, and put on some pants.
Yeah.
Or skirt.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're welcome. Any experience with MSC? Not yet. No experience with MSC yet. Have spoken to some people, and generally speaking, they hated the food. That was the only thing they talked to us about from MSC.
Yeah.
Hey, Bill from Smyrna, Georgia. Welcome.
Well, hello, Bill.
Rideshare, Jen, is there a rideshare pickup on the level with the buses? The rideshare stuff was all down. That's what everybody's saying. Taxi and Uber down and across the street. I think that upper level then is just for buses.
That would be my assumption.
Okay. Yep. You can locate the Carnival bus to the airport on their webpage. Yeah, it's under shore excursions.
Yes.
Guys, if you want to do the Carnival bus, and sometimes I don't know if it's this way in New York, but in other locations, you'll go to some stuff first. So you want to make sure you look at the length of the time, because it'll say shore excursion X and so hours. Perfect example. When we arrived in Southampton, sorry. It was a different cruise line, but it's the same thing. When we arrived in Southampton, that ship offered an excursion to go to a couple of things in London before it took you to the airport. But you're not going to get to the airport until like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Our flight left at like noon. So you just have to make sure
that you're allowing.
Jamie, I missed your question. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm backing up, Jamie. Why would they leave a tip envelope when you already pay for gratuities?
It wasn't an envelope.
Yeah, so everybody's begging for more money. The specialty restaurants so 2 of the 3 specialty restaurants we went in automatically added the 18% and then asked you for more. Fahrenheit did not add the 18%. We had to add it. Okay. But everybody else, if you go to the bar, they're tagging a tip on there. The room stewards, and again, why are we paying gratuities if they're continually slamming us for gratuities? I haven't quite figured that out, Jamie. To me, it's to make the cruise fare lower. They make back some of it in the gratuities, and the staff just, again, if you're going to drink, they're going to tag on money for every purchase.
It's 18% on
even though you
beverages.
Paid gratuities, right? How was boarding? So we boarded in Barcelona. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were there a little bit early because they were going to do like the ribbon cutting and all that stuff. There was a long line. It was painful, but understandably, I think it was because of the ribbon cutting, and a lot of people wanted to be there. The other issue with boarding for us in Barcelona and this particular cruise, there was, not including the suites, let's just say 1,500 to 1,600 platinum and diamonds who all have priority boarding. I promise you all 1,600 of us showed up at the same time.
Yeah.
So it was a little painful in Barcelona because of that. We talked about that on the day 1 video. Go watch the day 1 video. But once we got through the line, sat down, we videoed the ribbon cutting. I'll put that up in a separate video, the whole thing. And then they call by zones. Uh-huh. And just, just like you leave the ship, they do the same way boarding the ship. So we sat there, and I think we were on the ship by 11:15. It wasn't too bad.
It wasn't as early as we would have liked, but
or 11:30, something. Yeah. I feel like I was rated in Carnival Venezia. Pixar rated fairly low. That's unnerving.
What is that?
She was talking about the Carnival bus reviews. The New York pickups
gotcha.
are rated fairly low.
Gotcha.
Look, it was their first time. Everything's going to be messy, guys, even for a few more weeks, especially shoreside, right? This is a new thing.
People have to develop a routine and get used to it, and then it'll smooth out. It'll go smoothly.
How was boarding? I heard on other ships people felt like it was a prison security. I didn't feel that way. Again, as I said, not New York. Yeah, so it's different. We boarded in Barcelona, not New York. Somebody else who got on the ship yesterday will hopefully put out a video that will explain the New York boarding process. So elevators scare you. Other than the doors closing real fast on these elevators, they were pretty good. So here's the thing. Remember, guys, this isn't a new ship. It's been around for 4 years. And so, like, equipment-wise, systems, for the most part, they've all been dialed in, right? So everything functioned, well, at least you'd think so. Those darn hot plates on the buffet certainly weren't dialed in.
Yeah, no, they weren't. Man. The food on the buffet was cold.
Yeah. But the weird thing about the elevators, we did a stream, in the title it says elevators. They're digital elevators. There's no up and down buttons. Right? When you get in the elevator, there's no buttons to press for floors.
You do that on the outside.
If you don't want to be standing there going, go back and watch that stream. These are some weird elevators. I think one of the other series of Carnivals, the Panorama series or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's the Vista.
The Vista class?
Vista class.
One of the ships, I don't know if they all do, but they have the same kind of elevators. They're digital. 18% per drink for those without the drink pass. Or are you saying either way? Well, Bill, we didn't have the drink pass, so we couldn't tell you. We did order 2 cocktails, and we got charged 18%. The point is, in fact, I do believe, even if you have the drink package, you know what? I don't know. I don't want to say something. I'm not 100%. The point is, we paid gratuities. The gratuities are for your room steward, for the restaurant people, and for the bartenders. Okay? But when you're in the restaurants, they ask you for more.
The specialty restaurants.
Right? Specialty restaurants. Yes. It was the other ship that dude was begging for money, not this one. Cabin steward, they leave a note. Hey, if you want to give some more, here you go.
Oh,
right?
It's just a card that says thank you on it. It's
that's
just
what
the way it's presented.
Yes.
It's the way. It's not what it says.
Yes.
It just says thank you.
Yes.
It's just the way that it's laid out with a big heart. And like you said,
they're looking for more.
Yeah.
I've already, for our cruise, it was 15 days. So, $250 a person for gratuities for us. You want more? Yeah. No buttons. There's no buttons on the elevator, Jeremy.
No buttons.
Yeah. It was no problem. Really, it was no problem. It's okay. You don't have to be afraid. It's okay.
Are the elevators?
The only thing that sucks is if you press the wrong floor by accident. That's what sucks. Because wherever you end up at, you got to get off to go to the panel on the outside, press the your correct floor, and hope that it gives you the same elevator because it's there. But by the time you've done all that, it's probably gone because the doors are fast. Whack! Tip. If you want the doors to move slower, there is one button on the outside. That is the disabled button. I've been saying handicapped, and it says handicapped everywhere, but somebody doesn't like me using the word. I guess the appropriate would be disabled. Is it disabled? People with disabilities, whether in their chairs, blind, or whatever. That slows everything down, but it also gives you audible signals. Mm-hmm. It actually says door opening and door closing. Okay? But that will slow it down. Yes, and the Cheers package is not available until the second day because of New York. So when you get on the ship, right away, you go up to that poolside bar. Of course, it's not the Red Frog. It's got to be Rococo's, right? Because it doesn't have a Red Frog, right? No bell, right? You're coming out of pocket. And you're coming out of pocket for everything until you're well away from New York. If we carry our own luggage off and are taking a cab, will we need to get the luggage down an escalator? No, there's an elevator. In fact, they won't let you. If it's just small, they'll put you on the escalator. But if you got the bigger ones, there's an elevator. You don't have to worry about that, Amy. Yeah, it's 18% on the drink package. See, that's what I thought, Jeremy. They charge you 18% period. Yep. They should put out a video to all guests before they board about this is how the elevator works. John Heald has done it. I've done it. There's many of them out there. There are instructions at 2 of the elevator banks. Right above where the deck plan is in the middle, right? So you got elevators on that side, got elevators on this side. In the middle is where the deck plan is, right? So you can see what's there. Right above it is a TV. 2 out of the 3 elevator banks have these TVs. They normally broadcast what floors the elevators are going to be going to because somebody's already asked. But in between that, it gives you instructions. But if you didn't know to look for instructions, we were all trained how to ride an elevator, when you're 3 years old. Come up and push the button. There are no buttons. So you wouldn't know to look at the TV. Anyway. Oh, there you go. Yeah. I'm going to binge watch all your videos and
thank you.
And live this weekend. Thank you, Anna Q. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
8-day cruise, and we can have 2 regular size suitcases per person, right? Bill, there's no requirement for suitcases. Man, bring the whole house if you want. The only requirements for suitcases and travel is when you get on a flight.
Yeah.
But unless Carnival started something with this ship that we didn't see, you can bring however many pieces of luggage you want and can squeeze into your cabin.
So there you go. However much you want to squeeze into your cabin.
Yeah, Bev. Again, we're actually friends with John. We have a mutual friend that goes anyway. But yeah, we watch all his stuff too, just like a lot of people. But yeah, he posted a video about the elevators.
Yeah, he posted that too.
And we posted it before, and I'm sure there's other people who have posted too. So tell people to read the instructions. Yeah. Easier said than done. I know it is. It is. Everything's easier said than done.
But when you walk up to an elevator, you don't expect that you have to do everything on the outside. You walk in and expect to press the buttons on the inside.
You press the up and down,
and the door closes.
Yeah,
you're going wherever.
But if you walk in, you're going wherever it's going.
You're going wherever it takes you.
Because somebody else has called for the elevator. So that's the thing. The elevator is not going to open where you're standing unless there's somebody on it getting out or somebody has called for that elevator to take them somewhere.
Yes.
So if you got on, the doors are eventually going to open at a different deck. It may not be the deck you want because you didn't press the button on the digital keypad, which, by the way, be really careful with those digital pads. I mean, my fingers aren't that big. I mean, they're big enough. I'm a 6'4" dude, right? I would say 25% of the time, I had to go to 3 floors. I went to press the floor I wanted. For whatever reason, it registered the one to the right. I don't know why. If it wasn't doing that, it was picking the one above it. I'm like, oh. So I tried to do it again. I'm like, real close. And it picked the one below it. I'm like, are you kidding me? I did it the 3rd time and it gave me my floor. So, if you got man hands, just be careful where you're pushing. Because I promise you're going to go to a couple other floors by accident.
Yeah, it happened to me too, and I've got little fingers.
So that, again, rumor. I don't know, Amy.
What are we talking about?
Tapping. Amy wanted to know, do you have to tap the buttons for the number of people going on the elevator?
According to John Heald's video today, yes.
But you got to do it repeatedly. So this is how it happened. This is what happens.
We didn't.
When you touch it, it goes ding, elevator X. In the part that you touched to begin with that had the deck, goes away.
Yeah.
So if there's 4 of you riding, or 2 of you, or more than 1, you have to wait for that whole thing to clear, and then you have to press it again. Okay? So it's not like you go bing, 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 bing for 4 people. It won't do it. You have to go bing, elevator X. Bing, elevator X. Bing, elevator R. Crap! Right, so I didn't watch anybody on that ship press it more than 1 time.
I didn't either. I didn't see anybody do it. But I will say we did have some elevators
Crowded elevators.
Well, we did have some elevators that were full,
Yep.
and they would stop on a level, and people couldn't get on because our elevators were full.
And that's what the pressing the button is supposed to take care of multiple times?
It is supposed to, yes. It's pressing it multiple times. It's supposed to take care of that.
Because it's a signing,
It is.
18 people.
Yes.
I don't know how you fit 18 people in that kind of thing.
So, and you're right. If you could just go ding, 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 then it would be much easier. But
correct.
That's the way it is.
Or, deck 2. How many people? 2.
Yes.
Right? If there was a sub-screen.
That would be great.
There isn't a sub-screen.
No, there isn't.
Yeah, I paid 18% on the Cheers package for gratuities also. That's why I already prepaid almost 500 gratuities for 2 people. I think that's good. Jamie, I kind of feel the same way. We gave our guy an extra $20 in the cabin and left him a chocolate Hershey bar. He likes chocolates. Our guy was actually really good.
Yeah, he was.
And we've had some really
yeah, not
cabin
so
stewards.
Yeah.
And since we've come back from cruising, this guy was really good.
Yeah.
He like all cabin stewards. When would you like? We're gonna clean your room only one time now. Your cabin, your stateroom. When would you like it done? You want it done in these are my hours. When would you like it done? And so we are normally morning people, but we're up at 8:30, 9 o'clock. Get up, change whatever, and leave the room, go do breakfast, and walk around the ship and have some fun. So every cabin steward we meet, 10 o'clock. Okay, great. This was the only guy on the past 6 cruises that actually was at the door at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Heaven forbid you were still in there. He's coming in. I'm ready to clean. You said 10. Get your butt out of there. Every single other cabin steward, 3:30.
Yeah.
5. I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
We told you in the morning. Anyway, this guy was on it.
Yeah.
Everything was great. So we left him an extra $20. That is the first time I have ever left anybody some extra money on the ship. Because to your point, Jamie, here's the crappy part. And I may or may not start doing this. You have the right to decline prepaid gratuities. Or, right? Meaning whether you prepay them before the cruise or they're taking it out of your cabin. You don't have to do that. You can decline it. And then yourself physically give the people their gratuities that you want to pay for the service they offered. This takes care of 2 things. Well, one mainly, that they are getting the money that they are supposed to get. The bigger issue is how it normally splits up, because cabin stewards and sometimes 2 are cleaning the room, and you got your waiters, and there's 2 or 3 of them for your table, your head waiter, your assistant waiter, and the gopher. I don't know what it is. The maitre d'. I mean, they're all get a piece of that pie. But just know, you don't have to do prepaid. You can decline it and then hand the money yourself. Okay?
And I know some people that have done that, and they prefer to do it that way. It like you said, it is your right to do.
Jeremy, are you asking us what's the worst thing about a cruise, or just coming in about something else? Sorry. What I don't understand is they open the casino. Why can't we start enjoying our drinks from the drink package and not have to wait? I have no idea, Barbara. Once you get 2 miles out from the coast, you're in international waters. It makes no sense to me either. I mean, we've been very, very open with you guys. We're not drinkers. I mean, I told you we bought a strawberry daiquiri and we split it, and I bought it so I could try the candy flavored straw. Anyway, will some of the food taste better? Rumors of bologna on the pizza instead of pepperoni now. The ship is docked in NYC. We won't have those worries, right? Bill's. I don't know what to tell you, bro. When we were in the meeting with these guys, they said 95% of the food on this ship was brought to the ship from America. It was not European food. I don't know. I wish you the best. I mean, I hope so. We can talk about the celebration. When we were on the celebration, when we came over, the pepperoni tasted like bologna. When we got back on the celebration after we'd been here in America, the pepperoni tasted a little better. But I don't know.
Yeah, what we don't know is, what that 5% of food is that is bought elsewhere. So it's kind of hard to say, but I'm hopeful that changes once it's been here in the U.S. for a little bit. Hope that makes sense.
Yes, sorry. I'm reading Jeremy's like one sentence at a time, so I'm trying to follow his conversation. There's a list that gets around if you do that, and other workers that you don't see get tips too. Asking, NY has a law that I believe is about unlimited drinking. Yeah, we get that, Jeremy, but once you're in international waters, New York law, it's worthless.
Yeah.
So just like they were commenting, as soon as you're in international waters, you can open the casino. Okay, you should be able to drink as well. So
yeah,
it's just strange. We are going to do a full wrap up video. Hopefully not tomorrow, but the day after, where we are going to give you the ups and downs of everything that we saw. Both opinions, because we both aren't always agreeing on things. Like, I may have a good experience, you may perfect, and I'm not. We've already talked about this. Fahrenheit 555. Her steak was great. Mine was not. Mm-hmm. When we went to Fahrenheit 555 in the celebration the first time, my steak was amazing. She didn't even get one. Oh, Jamie, I'm telling you, that and maple syrup.
Yeah.
It's look for you New Yorkers with your pizza. You're not gonna like this pizza anyway. As far as cruise ship pizza goes, it's pretty good.
It's the best out of all of the ones that we've had.
If you're going to try to compare it to New York or pizza or Boston, you're going to throw it back at them. It's just not that. Okay?
But it is kind of addictive.
we ate it a couple times.
Yeah, it is kind of addictive.
Yeah. And it's like that on all the ships. We've gotten spoiled. We love the XL class ships, the Mardi Gras series, right? Just absolutely love them. The layout, where everything is, how it flows. It
works for us.
Right? The pizza is down on deck 8, where all sort of the night stuff kind of happens in that quadrant. You don't have to go all the way up to the back of the shit to get pizza. It's right there. So
yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jamie, there's going to be a lot of New Yorkers cussing when they go and eat that pizza. I feel it. Hey! What is this? There's no pie!
That and the maple syrup.
We heard the casino drink package is free, where the Cheers package is a purchase. So, I want to make sure I'm clear with the comment, Dina. So, if you've reached a certain level in the casino while you're gambling, they will give you free drinks.
While you're
in there gambling, okay? And there's a list of those drinks that are part of that. We actually showed the drinks on a different stream. I can't remember which one. I do apologize. Okay? But we actually put the menus. Lisa got pictures of the menu of the drinks that are included for those who are able to get free drinks from the casino. Okay? It's not a package you buy. Well, you're sort of buying it.
Oh, you're paying
the more
for
money
it.
you stick in that slot or you put down on a table, you get benefits.
Yeah.
Okay? The first benefit is drinks.
Yeah.
So they want to keep you there. Okay? But it's a limited. It's a pretty wide range of drinks.
It's not.
But it's
I believe the limit is $17.
Yeah.
So if your drink costs more than $17, it's not included. So I believe that was the limit that I was given.
Our stinking little daiquiri after
was $12.50.
Tip was 14 something. They slapped on 18%.
Yeah.
Tiny glass.
Yeah.
The drinks have gotten tiny too.
Yeah.
You guys are great. Thanks. I'll be sailing in Venezia in July. Excellent.
Nice.
You're gonna love it. Look, all said and done. You can have look. It's a cruise, y'all.
Enjoy.
You gotta make
you
gotta make your fun. Have fun.
Yeah.
We pick on things, right? And and we're looking at it with with a magnifying glass to really pick out crappy stuff in hopes that they get better at the crappy stuff, which is what they're trying to do.
Yeah, they are.
And I know we mentioned it once before. You got your onboard staff, but you also have shoreside staff. Right now, that ship is carrying shoreside and ship staff. They're all on there trying to make things better.
Yeah.
And make it work smoother. And so, if the food in the buffet is cold, it will get better. If the pepperoni tastes like bologna, God help them. I hope they bring some pepperoni. The maple syrup, I don't know what to tell you about. Just they're working on things. And there's extra people on board to do that.
Yeah.
So even if we're like, it's our opinion of the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Not what, some of you go next year.
And you'll have a
God help them if anything is still like what we're talking about.
Yeah, you will have a totally different experience.
Though I will say this, because we have also been very vocal from the beginning. We were just a little saddened that the ship didn't look more, I don't want to use sparkly, but polished, right? Yes, we know it's a 4-year-old ship. But it's been in dry dock for the conversion for like 4 months. Dry dock, wet dock, dry dock, wet dock. For 4+ months. And it needs a lot of polish. Yeah, there's new paint, and they got the Carnival signs inside that it's bonsai and the teppanyaki and Fahrenheit 555. Okay, those signs are in there. But, that was our biggest disappointment.
Yeah, there are areas in there that look like, that the one that bothers me the most, I think, is by the shore excursion desk. There is a little area, it looks like a wraparound, and maybe there had been some computer something there. But it's just left there with the holes and the where the computer cables had gone.
Yeah.
And there's nothing there. And to me, it's like, okay, come on. 4 months in dry dock, you should have at least finished.
Put something there.
Put something there so that it doesn't look like it's, just a leftover.
There's wallpaper falling off the wall.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, in some areas, yes.
Yeah, it's. Yeah. That was our disappointment.
Yeah, and those are the things that, if it's going to be in dry dock for 4 months, that should have been addressed.
It's funny, most dry dock rehabs are 3 weeks. And they'll, cut parts of ships off and put bigger parts on and convert cabins from ocean views to I mean, they can do amazing things in 3 weeks.
And to have, wallpaper in an unfinished desk area that, okay, what's the purpose of this? There's holes here for cables, but there's no cables, so nobody can use it. If you're, if it's supposed to be a computer station, there's no outlets for you to plug into.
The ship is beautiful from the decor.
It is.
Don't take any of our comments wrong. Like I said, we're, magnifying glass. We're really looking at it hard.
Absolutely.
Ship is beautiful with the decor.
Absolutely going to enjoy it.
Yes. And even though it's not polished, it still is beautiful in its way.
It is.
To sort of Anna Q about, I'm not going to say that it looks dated.
No,
because
I don't think so.
The decor it's all different. This is not going to be like any other Carnival ship you've ever been on. It is completely different feel. Our thing is like stained carpet, wallpaper falling off, the kiosk that has holes that something should be at, light bulbs in our cabin didn't work. They did fix one of the two.
They did.
But these things, we didn't expect to see that.
Yeah. We
expected it to be polished.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So, anyway, backing up, just make sure we didn't miss anything. Sorry, I was referring to why you can drink in the casino outside of New York versus not being able to drink from the Cheers package. Okay, sorry. I was referring to why you can't drink in the casino outside of New York versus being able to drink. It's so, Deanna, it's all one thing because of the New York law and limited drinking, whatever it is, whether you're in the casino or out of the casino, whether you're buying, whether you don't have the Cheers package or you have the Cheers package. First of all, you got to wait till you're 2 miles out. then you can buy a drink. So why the Cheers package isn't implemented then, I don't know. And if I've missed sort of your point again, I'm so sorry. Mad cow. Sorry. Just want to say hi from New York, but in South Carolina for half my life now.
Oh, wow.
Enjoyed sailing out of our home port of Charleston on the Sunshine. Excellent.
Nice.
First time cruises, and we love it. Enjoy your vlogs and insight. Oh, thanks very much, NYC74. Deanna, it's something with New York, blah, 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 blah. Yep. Funnel should be red and blue. That's another thing, Jack. I don't, like I said, I just feel this is a test. They haven't fully converted it. It just, we'll stick some of the Carnival names on there. We'll deal with what's there, with the spaces. And if it works, great. Then maybe when we do this again, we'll fully convert the ships. If not, they can send it right back to Costa. They're just going to pull a couple signs off. Really. I mean, it's... Now, somebody from Carnival might be watching this and go, man, we did this and this and that. They could have updated a lot of systems. Oh, I know Starlink's on there.
Yeah,
so they updated the internet systems.
They definitely put new systems on, without a doubt. And I know that takes a lot of time working.
Because you got to pull down the ceiling to run the wire and do all that stuff. I get that. Right? And so maybe they've updated some of that stuff, critical infrastructure. Mm-hmm. But from the, the stuff that we see. From
the customer's viewpoint, if it's been in dry dock, you shouldn't have, wallpaper falling
Changing
off.
funnel is a big thing and a huge expense. It is. Because there has to be certain structure in place underneath, the whole weight, this, that, whatever. The whale tail funnel is a big, heavy sucker.
It's a beast. Yeah.
Right? And so they would have to tear apart a couple of decks to build some other structure that, can take the weight and disperse it out and all this stuff. So, could it be done? Absolutely. It just comes with a cost. So this is their cost-effective way. It's like, this gets back to tiny toilet paper guy. I mean, look, bacon every other day, right? It all comes back to cost-cutting measures, right? From what I see on other videos, the ship looks okay, guy. And a cute. My first cruise was last year on the Magic.
Oh, nice.
That ship looks dated in comparison to the Venezia. Yeah, look, the Magic's been around for a little bit now, right? Mm-hmm. So, and this being Italian themed, it's just, look, outside of the XL class ships, and I can't speak for the Mardi Gras because I haven't been on it. Carnival ships have a look and a feel, a color palette that's out there a bit. It's party. It's it's their style, right? The XL class ships, again, I can't speak for the Mardi Gras, but the Celebration is a complete step outside of their normal designs.
It is.
From the inside and out. Yeah. This ship, it being was designed for Costa. It wasn't designed for Carnival. And so they left it Costa. It's closer in look and feel to the Celebration than I think any other ship that we've been on.
Yeah.
Meaning without all the wild colors.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah. The Costa Luminosa, they gave to Carnival. They painted the funnel to Carnival colors, so they should have done that. It's confusing having a completely different...
I agree.
You want to know what's confusing?
I agree.
When we got on in Barcelona, there was an actual Costa ship.
Right there.
Right. Behind us or in front of us? The Esmeralda.
Esmeralda, not Esmeralda.
Right?
Yeah.
And so, but when you're driving in a car, all you really can see is the funnel. The only reason you can see that it's Carnival is down at the waterline. It's got the new front blue painting, and it says Carnival Italian style. Carnival Venezia. That's it. And so the taxi guy was like, which one? I'm like, I don't know. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by the toe.
Yeah.
$50, let her go. Go you. It's the first one.
Yeah.
That's what we did.
It was definitely confusing because, we were telling him Carnival, and he's like, Costa, Carnival, Costa, Carnival, Costa.
Yeah,
and
he didn't speak English very well.
No, so it was definitely confusing.
Yeah, and it is actually very confusing. I agree, they should have painted it, even if they didn't want to upgrade. But, we're paying homage to our Italian brethren at the Costa. I'm like, BS, you're saving money. Meanwhile, trying to be family friendly. 2 miles out is when the casino opens. You can drink as soon as you get on the ship in port and pay for it in taxes. That's true. That's what I was thinking about. The casino is 2 miles out. Duh. Thank you. but I guess they have laws about unlimited drinking, which is why you can't use your cheer packages. You have to pay for it. Mad cow. Sorry, mad cow. I'm getting a shirt made.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Which hotel did you stay in at Barcelona? Holy crap, Anna. I don't know what was going on. Oh, I think we found out later on there was like all kinds of major things going on. All the hotels that we wanted to stay at were like $600, $700, $800. It
per
was
night, yeah,
or higher.
Yeah, it was crazy.
We stayed at a Best Western, just on the outskirts of town. Mm-hmm. Now, so that you know, Best Westerns in Europe's are kind of like Marriott's are here. They're really nice. They got nice restaurants in there. The rooms had like a spa kind of shower with a rain head, and man, it was chic. But that was like $190 or $180 a night or something like that.
And it was on the outskirts of town because anything closer was booked full or was way expensive.
Yeah, and sort of in an industrial area.
Yeah, it was kind of an industrial area.
We really did feel there was a bus, and this is what we did. You walk out the hotel, walk 17 paces to the right, and you're at a bus stand. The 21. You get on the 21, and it's going to take you into town. I think it cost
couple
bucks. Okay.
Euro.
You get off. Yeah, euro. We got off that bus, and then we decided because you're now in town, you can do whatever. But if you want to just get sort of a general roundabout, you do the hop on, hop off. Mm-hmm. Right. My buddy in Greece, if you're watching, the barbecue bus. The barbecue bus. Look. Imagine sitting, you know, you guys, what I'm talking about, right? The double-decker buses where the top is open, you're sitting up there, right? Imagine it's July and it's 100 degrees out, right? You could cook a chicken up there.
Yeah.
It's a barbecue. So the Greeks, they call it the barbecue bus. Okay? And we rode on there, and yeah, it was not quite hot, but it was pretty
hot
warm
enough,
up there.
Yeah.
We can give you the address if you want, but it was the Best Western. If you're looking at a map of Barcelona, it's just to the left. Lisa's going to dig for something now. Sorry. She may actually have it. Oh. What's this?
Isn't that it?
No.
Oh, it's a map from it.
No.
The Alpha. Take a look on the front. This is the map from it.
Hotel Alpha, Aeropuerto Barcelona?
Yeah. Looking to see if we have an address for you.
All right. Just it may be it because I know we're staying in the Franco zone or whatever it was. Mm-hmm. Okay. It's a Best Western, but it's an Alpha hotel. Mm-hmm. This is a little map they gave us. But it's Best Western now. But so here, hold that side for me, Lisa. Mm-hmm. Okay. So here's all the stuff. Over there, okay. So you're it's miles and miles. You're not walking.
No, you're not walking for sure.
So we wanted to stay somewhere closer, but it just was not in the budget.
Yeah, definitely not in the budget.
And even if it was in the budget, I'm not paying that to sleep for one night.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I just that's just ridiculous. I booked for the Intercontinental, right? Great. Yeah, there was a big soccer match going on. There was 2 concerts. I mean, it was nuts. And of course, everything gets jacked up.
Yeah.
So, outside of town.
Yep.
Hey, what's up, Macrina?
Hi.
Took you by surprise, didn't we? Missed us? We've been going on for an hour and a half now.
Yeah.
You're welcome. You have the Intercontinental side. Look, if it had been 200 or less, we would have stayed in town.
Yeah. And
we would have had a different experience. Our experience in Barcelona was just So it wasn't amazing, wasn't bad. It was just So and again,
you got to remember we had just left Greece.
Yeah, and spent a week being
loved Greece.
Personally walked, if you will.
Yeah.
We had a personal guide. We're going to put up his video in a couple days as well. His name's Fotis. If you ever go to Greece, you got to hire this guy.
Yeah, for sure.
It's going to cost you half of what any other tour you might book will cost you.
And you're going to get a way better experience.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Man didn't let us pay for anything. I mean, he bought our food, for God's sakes. Drinks. It's crazy. Fotis. We love you, bro.
Yeah, we do.
If you're watching. Thank you. You're welcome. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Oh, you know what else is a surprise? Anybody miss that? I certainly don't. You use points. We used our points for all the airfare. When we originally started to plan this, we were gonna do the Caribbean cruise and then fly to Athens to do the Virgin cruise. The Royal Caribbean one that we took was an afterthought. I'd already bought my tickets. I used my points for that, and I'm like, why? We got the time. We got like 12 days. There's got to be like a Cunard ship or something. Let's look at it. No Cunard, but hey, Danny. But Royal Caribbean's Anthem of the Seas was doing an 11-day. I'm like, perfect. We got 12 days. This is 11 days. It was like $1,800 or something for it was like half of what the airfare cost us. And so I had used all my points to book the airfare. And so we did get a credit with the airline, and I used that to sort of pay off the cruise, as well as we used those for the rest of the flights that we did have to take, because we had to get from Florida to New York, then we had to get from the UK to Athens, and then Athens to Barcelona. So, but in the end, we took the cruise, and it saved us like, I don't know, $1,000 or something. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Excellent. Anna, man, Greece, just amazing.
Yeah.
I used to study Greece when I was not the tall man, when I was the short man. And yeah, loved it.
Yeah.
And checked the bucket list like many things off the list.
Yes, we did. For sure.
But we wouldn't have been able to do what we did if it wasn't for photos.
Agreed.
We were doing not just Athens, but we went out to Olympia. We're 3 hours away. This guy, and he scheduled it so everything worked. So if we had to be somewhere at sunset, we were there at sunset. If we had to be somewhere in the morning, we were there. I mean, this guy did a really good job.
Yeah, so. He did, without a doubt.
Karen, you absolutely have to get to Greece. Yeah. It just beautiful. Like Greece, Athens specifically, and say Rome. Just, I mean, they're both. We've already done Rome, sort of, day and a half there. But yeah, nice, Ellen.
Yeah.
All right, well. We've been with you guys an hour and a half.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging in there with us.
No.
Yeah, we appreciate
when you're having fun, doesn't it?
It does. Absolutely.
And Balcony Cam! How's that for a shock? Balcony Cam. It's not this way anymore. It's this way. Truth be known. Well, I'm going to work that out. Well, okay. Maybe not. Yeah. We were trying a fun little surprise, but
it didn't work out. Yeah, we'll keep on working. We'll
keep on trying.
Yes, we will. Yep. Yes, we will.
Anyway, all right, guys. Again, if you're watching the rebroadcast, if you've got questions, we've probably already answered them in the other streams. We've streamed for, I don't know, 15, 16 hours now. Go watch them all first. No, leave a question in the comments.
Yes.
We will gladly answer it. Oh, that's not the right thing. Go away. This is the right thing. Sorry, I pressed the wrong button. Just get back here. If you're new to the channel, if you found some merit in the content that we provide, you do us a favor, hit the subscribe button, thumbs up, right? Become part of the Tall Man Clan. Cost you nothing. Helps out the channel a lot, and we really do appreciate it.
Yes,
okay?
We do.
So I guess that's far farewell for the day. We'll be back in a couple, 2-3 days, probably 2 days, and we will give you a full wrap up of this ship, Tall Man Clan style. All right? Till we see you all again. Be safe.